What's up? Pokerbrandon here, and this hand is not going to be a very common hand. So I had Q6 suited on the straddle here because I want to play bigger pots, because I had two bad beats where I was about a 75% favorite and I lost both. So I'm feeling pretty steamy. So after I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 limps to me in the straddle, I think there's no option here. But when you're tilted and you want to play a big pot, you got to raise your suited queens of any kind to steal and squeeze the pot. So that's exactly what I do. Now, all jokes aside, my VPIP here was actually not too big. It was only about 15%, even though I lost a couple bad beats. It was probably 15 at the most. I wasn't playing too many hands. So I'm not like bluffing with pure tilt with a bad image. And one note I want you to take was the lady to my left, she was sitting right next to me, so we're right next to each other. And she was asking the floor man to find her a gambling table. She had just lost a big pot where she might have had ace king. She like 3-bet huge and just folded to like a low card board after a check and a bet. So in this spot though, she will be the only person to call me, and we go after about 10 seconds. She's the only one to put in the $80 raise that I bet out, and everybody folds, and at least I get heads up. So we go to a flop. Now, before I also continue, I want you to think about this hand, and I want you to think about, if you were my opponent, how would you react to the betting and sizing and the way I'm describing the hand. I want you to really kind of put yourself in the +1's shoes, facing my straddle raise and then the flop action and the turn action. So let's continue. So having Q6 suited, I'm obviously just hoping I flop a flush. I don't. I flop 9-8-4. Now this is a bluff here, okay? When I 3-bet Q6 suited, it's a bluff. And after a flop, when I'm bluffing with like a suited hand as weak as this, I don't want to do like a pure just close my eyes and bet, right? So seeing the board 9-8-4, if I'm going to continue to bluff, I need lots of outs in order to continue. So when I see this flop, I'm thinking of every club that can come that will help my hand, and 5, 6, 7, 10, jack, queen of any suit. If any of these cards come, I can pretty much double barrel, because I at least have a chance to hit a straight or a flush, or I at least make a pair. Now on a 9-high flopped board, this isn't a 3-bet pot, but I mean it plays like it, I think, in a heads up 3-bet pot on 9-high flops. You really, as the aggressor, want to be betting about half pot or more, or just checking a lot. So you really want to polarize, just go half pot or more, or check. I go to 120 after about 15 seconds of tanking, and my lady to my left snap calls the 120. When I say snap, I guess there's maybe 2 seconds of seeing my bet and then just throwing in a black chip and 20. And I'm just immediately, though, when she does this, I know it's not going to be any sets. It's not going to be the big hands. It's going to be a lot of small hands like 5, 6s, 7s, 3s, 2s, 10 jacks suited, maybe 6, 7 suited hands that really want to see another card, but they're not strong. I really feel like she has a pocket pair here. And because of my aggressive action pre-flop with all the limpers, my hand looks a little bit weaker than I'm repping, right? But my VPIP was only like 15%, and I only played 2 hands. I played pocket queens, I got a bad beat, and then I played ace king, and somebody had 2 pair. And both times I showed down. So we go to a turn, and the turn is a 5 of diamonds. And now at this point, I just got to feel, I just really got to go with either I'm going to pull the trigger or I'm not. And I think I'm repping aces, kings, queens, jacks, 10s pretty nicely here. I even blocked 6, 7 of clubs. So I think I have a really good image, and the board is decent enough for me to just fire here. and rep the overpair, and I do. I fire 350, and this is where it got weird. Okay, so I tank for about 15 seconds, and then I fire 350. I do have a gut shot, and the lady to my left just snap calls the 350. And when she snap calls, I think I ran into a set, and I think I made a bad judgment. But when you see her hand, this is why I'm making the video, is this was such a weird hand, and I think, I'm gonna be honest, I think she saw my hand. Because the way I lifted up my hand pre-flop, I used one hand and I just used my thumb and I pulled the cards up. She called me with ace high, ace 10 offsuit, ace of hearts, 10 of clubs. She snap called this on the turn. Now you tell me, you know, if this isn't some Robbie stuff. I don't know if she's just a crazy gambler and she thought ace 10 was good, because what are my bluffs here? If I'm bluffing, I might be bluffing with ace king, ace queen, ace jack, right? She would have to put me on a bluff, and it has to be king high in order for her to make this call profitable. She's not blocking queens, jacks, or queens or jacks or kings, right? Like all the hands I could have. Any pocket pair that I'm bluffing with now is still pretty much, her equity is extremely low here. This hand is, I felt so strange after she calls and we go to a river. The river is irrelevant, right? The river's irrelevant, but yeah, she called me with ace 10. Ace 10. You know, now that I think about it, I don't know if it was an ace of diamonds, but even if it was the ace of diamonds, she's not thinking at a blocking level, right? But yeah, she had ace 10 offsuit. She called me and she was right, and the river was not a jack. It wasn't a jack of clubs. The river was a 10, but you know, that's irrelevant. She had me beat on the turn. But like, you tell me, guys, what do you think about this hand? Like I said, my VPIP was only 15%, like meaning I'm only playing maybe one hand in orbit, and I'm either just calling like out of the big blind, or I'm raising in late position on the button or the cutoff. And yeah, so I just wanted to, you know, show you that, I mean, one point is I do have some bluffs. So if you think I'm a nit, I'm not a nit. But also just the hand, right? The hand is so weird. I think this lady was related to Robbie, and I think you guys would agree with me, right? Like, it was a weird hand. But anyway, a little notes about her. You know, she knew what she was doing. She didn't understand late position stuff. She did 3-bet, you know, she 3-bet her strong hands, so she knew how to play poker. And I don't know, I just really think she saw my hand. But you tell me, is this maybe she just is that good? I don't know. You tell me. I'm Pokerbrandon. I'm out.